real quick before I, you know, get this going. Alright, let's get it going. I probably should have grabbed the drink before I did. Ooh, 50% ow! 50% off. Oh, you know I gotta do 50% off. Oh my goodness. 50% off. Oh no, I like the sound of that. But look at that, I only got 3 platinum, so yeah, that really ain't gonna do me no good. Like, no good at all. Ain't gonna do me no good. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Alright. This really ain't gonna do me no good. Hell, if I was going here. Alright, so I got 50% off on skins. Awesome. But look. Still stinking filthy expensive. Stinking expensive, mate. Oh, shoot. I keep on almost pulling off my one thing. Okay. Let's get started. It's been a while since I played, guys. It's been a while. But other than that, what up, guys? It's Bolt here. I'm back to live streaming and all that. Because actually yesterday, I didn't do one yesterday was because I was kind of busy and all that. I was kind of busy. I got to hang out with my brother that I hardly even get to hang out with and all that, so that was fun. So my Sunday was pretty good, and my weekend was pretty good as well. Hopefully your guys' was the same and all that. Hopefully your guys' was. But okay, excuse me. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. Now wait a sec, I gotta I guess I'll do this mission. I'm a little bit bad. Yeah, get this all going.
Nearby communications towers are broadcasting crucial enemy intelligence.
Oh, this is that one mission. You see, what I want to do right now is that I kind of want to wait. I kind of want to wait for someone to join in the match. So that's actually what I want to do. I want to wait till some person joins in, and then I'll go and do the mission. But as of right now, no, there's just no way. I'll be honest, it doesn't do me no good at all. It doesn't me no good trying to do this alone, because last time I did this alone, I got wrecked. I mean wrecked. I'm not even kidding when I say wrecked. Some of you probably remember, I got bodied really bad. So, you see, I do want to wait, but, there's no one in the live stream right now, so I guess I could patiently, excuse me, I guess I could just meditate till then, or do this. And I'll just wait till someone joins in the match. And, you know, because right now I could, like, relax because no one is in the live stream yet, so. And I might just be wrong. Ow. I don't know, though. I still want to be quite patient. Come on. Wait, is my thing public? Yes it is public. Good, good, good. Dang it, stop it! Oh my goodness. Yeah, just meditate till then. She got very skinny legs in this one. But, yeah, I'm gonna just wait till someone joins. Well, not like join the live stream, but I mean like someone, you know, in the game joins. So I'm gonna just patiently wait, and hopefully someone does come and join. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Wait. Wait a sec. Wait. Let me stop looking for the stuff. Are you kidding me? Now it's continuing. Wait, now it's affecting me. No. No. Oh my god. I just realized now it's... Okay, wait. Let's abort mission. Because I did not realize that there was a time limit to where if someone didn't join in time, it would just automatically start it. Or the longer I take to get to there. Oh my goodness gracious. But I don't like that. That is kinda... I don't know what to say about that. See, complete Bao on Yakara. But that's the thing too. Bao is... I have to go for hijack and then I gotta go and go straight from there. But that's the thing. Hijack is extremely difficult. Like, it is a no joke mission, and yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I tried it before once, and no, it doesn't do me any good. And that kind of sucks though, because you know, what am I gonna do? You know, like, that's what I really question is, what am I gonna be able to do now? You know, because if I can't pass some of these missions, then I gotta do something else. But you know what? We'll have, we'll just have, let's have Ember. But that's the thing too. I do want to continue these onslaught missions though. I really do want to continue these because these are actually the missions where if you actually do them and all that, like, it goes by like waves. Like, you gotta beat 2 zones or 2 waves, whatever. And after 2 waves, each, you get an award. And I'm still trying to... Actually, what parts do I have? Actually, let me see how many parts of... what's her name? Cora's parts. And all that. So, I got her chassis, and I got her Norforix. The only thing that I have missing for her is her systems. And from what I heard, her systems, her systems are probably like the hardest to get from what I heard. And all that, so. But, you know, we're gonna give it a try and see, you know, what happens, you know. Hopefully I will be able to, you know, do it. And, yeah, that's the thing too, it depends on who you're playing with. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Oh boy, here's the fun part. Running around and just use my World on Fire ability. Which literally all it does is that everyone that is, like, enemies that are near me and all that, enemies that are all just near me and all that, they will get blown apart by my ability and all that. But it's kind of like, you know, if they're in your zone or something like that, basically it sends out a fiery ball from the sky and it, you know, blows them up, you know. Then, wait. Oh wow, that doesn't even work. Okay. Which I guess is good on my part. I guess it's good. I'm so dead. I'll be honest too, guys, I've been sleeping all day. And the thing is that I don't start my summer job till like in 2 more weeks. Because there's 1 week where it's just my training and all that. Like yeah, it'll be like in like 2 weeks and all that. So, my 1 week will be training, and then the next 3 weeks is actually me working. And that's the thing too, I'm only working for like, really just like 3, yeah, really, I'm only working like 3 weeks. But still to me, ain't too bad. Because, you know, it gives me something to do, at least. And 2, I'm going to be getting paid. That's the real benefit. Hello, Kari. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so yeah, I don't start that till like in 2 more weeks and all that. And what's interesting too is that my last week is like on the 1st of July. Well, 1st of July. Yeah, it's like wait, what would be first? No, I think it would be actually the 2nd of July because I only work like 4 days a week and all that. That's it. I only work 4 days a week and 4 hours. And I get paid to do so. So it's like, you know what? That's not bad at all. Like that is, like to me, I don't know, to me, the standing 4 hours is like nothing. Compared to like, you know, the hours I have at school and all that. That would feel like nothing really. To be honest, it would feel really fast. That'd be really fast. But too, I'm gonna mainly be like doing, you know, gardening and, you know, killing weeds and all that, you know, mowing. I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of that. Because I'm gonna be working outside, which thank God I only have to work 4 hours because, oh my God. If you know me, I'm not much of a person for heat. I don't like it too hot, I don't like it too cold. I like it medium. I like it in the middle, if you guys know what I mean. I like it when it's like a good, I like it when it's like a good 60 to 50 degrees. Like that's like the perfect temperature. But when it's like 70 or 80 or 90 degrees, it's of course some of you probably know how the heat is in up north. The heat is different here up north, like for some who live down south and all that. But up in Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, and all that, up in the northern states, the heat is unbearable. I mean, what it is that makes the heat so bad here is the humidity. The humidity just kills. Like, it literally just kills. And it's horrible. Like, that is my only pet peeve about living up north, honestly. And I'm thinking about actually moving down south at some point. Like, I'm really considering on moving down south because of this heat. Because that's the thing, at least down south you guys have like, well, anyone that does live down south, if you're watching this and all that, at least down south, you know, you have dry heat, which to me is like perfect. Honestly, like I'd rather want to have dry heat. Honestly, dry heat is a lot more better than the humidity, because the humidity just makes it feel like it's 105 degrees. Like it'll be 95 degrees and it would feel like it is like, I just don't know, it makes it feel like it is, I'm not 100% sure how to describe it, like almost 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It is so bad, so bad. It's horrible. It's just absolutely unbearable. You know, of course, you know, I'll still like up north, you know, if I was to move down south. Of course I would, but still. The heat, no, not the heat. The heat is just unbearable. I can't even, like, today it was 78 degrees. And I couldn't even wear a black shirt for, honestly, I don't know how many minutes. Like, I seriously could not wear a black shirt for approximately about 30 minutes. All it did is, it took 30 minutes and then that was it. I couldn't do no more. I couldn't wear a black shirt anymore. Like, it was just horrible. Like, the heat here kills. It really does kill. Like, it is a killer up here. You know, a lot of people end up, you know, I always hear reports about, well, I don't know if it's mainly from up here, up north, but, you know, you hear cases about people getting heat stroke and all that, you know. That's mainly because, you know, like, I don't know if it's down south or actually up here and all that. I'm actually not 100% sure about that. But I do believe that a lot of heat strokes that happen up north. That's just my belief because of the humidity and how hot it can get. So, honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I would have to figure it out. Like, that's a good thing I actually kind of think about. Where does most heat strokes happen? Does it happen down south or up north? Or even in the west? Or Midwest? I don't know. So, yeah, it kind of makes you think a little bit. But yeah. Yeah. So honestly, I don't like the summer here in Ohio is just horrible. Like I just don't like summer in Ohio. It's ow my gosh. Okay, that crashed on me. But yeah, like honestly, I just don't like summer in Ohio. I just don't like it, period. Because it gets so damn hot. Like, it is just unbearable. And that's the thing too, I hope when I work at, because I'm working at campground, hopefully there's a lot of trees that provide shade, because it's just gonna be terrible. It's just gonna be horrible. That's why I was like thinking about, you know, do I really want to, you know, work? Because that's the thing too. I talked to my mom a little bit, because this is a opportunity they provide for, you know, people with, you know, disabilities and all that. Like, I'm classified with a learning disability and all that, because I'm in IEP and all that. So, like, literally, yeah, like, it's like, because that's the thing too, I had the choice of either working at Goodwill, period. Okay, actually, you know what, no, there's only me and this dude, but yeah, no. That's it for this mission. I'm gonna try to replay it again. But yeah, like, I talked to my mom about it, I'm like, I don't know. You know, because I just told her, like, I don't know, Mom, because if you think about it, the humidity is what's really gonna kill me. And that's really gonna get to me.
Hunter,
and all that.
the sanctuary will go on without you.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, it is gonna be fun, period. Don't get me wrong. But just the humidity is what's really gonna get to me. Like, it's really gonna stress me out. Like, that's what the heat does for me. It's kind of weird, because that's what the heat does. It's very weird. It just causes me to have, you know, stress. You know. And I guess it's just the stress of, like, not trying to sweat, I guess, or, you know, not trying to, you know, be so hot. Like, it's something that's very unexplanatory to me. Like, why I stress about being so hot and all that. Like, it's a weird thing, because it is a mental thing, it is, and all that, but I don't know, it just stresses me out when, you know, I'm so hot, you know, and it's probably because I don't like sweating, I don't like, you know, being so hot. I like it, like, you know, 60 degrees and all that. I absolutely love 60 degrees weather. Like, it is the best weather, in my opinion. But yeah, it kills me. That's what it does. It kills me mentally and all that. Which is why I am, resorting to getting CBD and all that, because I know that that's going to happen to me. I know that is going to happen. So that's why I'm resorting to, like CBD oil and all that. Or, in other words, it's called hemp oil, if you don't know. And just in case, of course, you guys probably, a lot of you probably heard about CBD before, but just in case, CBD is one of the 2 major compounds of marijuana and all that. But of course, you guys know that marijuana is mainly composed of THC and all that. But when you have hemp, which hemp is different because that is mainly used in industrial, and of course I went all over it about it. You can watch my past live streams and you can hear me talk about, difference between marijuana and hemp. It's just that hemp, high in CBD, very low in THC. Marijuana, high in THC, very low in CBD. Basically, CBD, just in case, CBD is where you get your health benefits for your, for mental disorders and all that. CBD can really help with, certain mental disorders, like depression, anxiety, stress, ADHD, from what I heard, because it relaxes a person that have ADHD and all that. So, and of course there's a lot more with CBD and all that, but it's a lot to go over. Like, CBD is like this amazing chemical compound in marijuana that just has so many health benefits and all that. Of course THC too does have health benefits, but that gets you high and all that. But CBD doesn't. It does relax your body and give you a euphoric feel and all that. Like, it helps with depression for that reason. So, it gives you a little bit of euphoric feel, but it's non-addictive and non-psychoactive. So you're not getting high from it. And that's why, I'm resorting to doing CBD, because it's a lot more natural to go to. I don't want to have to, go to my doctor and be like, hey, I'm gonna start, doing this work, and I'm gonna be getting a lot of anxiety and stress from this job. I don't want to have to go to my doctor and get a recommendation to be, prescribed, what prescription pills they have for, I know Xanax is one of them for anxiety. Oh my goodness gracious. Anxiety. My goodness gracious. Am I saying it right? Anxiety? Yes, anxiety. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, when I say something too much, I start slurring my words. And I start slurring the words. It's so weird. But yeah, so... yeah, like I said, it's something that, I don't want to ever do. I don't want to have to go to a doctor and, be prescribed something, that could possibly, get me addicted or something like that. Like, that's why I'm like, CBD as my, little helper because I know that my first day I'm going to be extremely, like, my anxiety is going to get off the charts when I first start. So it's going to, you know, really get me when I first start out. But really after that, then I should be good and all that. But I know that after I get home from work, you know, I'm gonna want to sleep and all that. And that's what I do when I get home from school a lot. I get home and then I go to sleep. Like literally that's what I do when I, you know, get home from school. I literally go home and sleep. But that's the thing too, because this is, you know, me actually doing physical work and all that, instead of, you know, sitting in the classroom. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, you know, oh my goodness, I'm definitely gonna pass out when I get home. I'm definitely gonna pass out when I get home. Like that is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get home and then next thing you know, I just fall asleep. I'm like, you know, like literally that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get home and then just pounce on the bed and fall asleep. But too, because, you know, I'm gonna be doing physical work and it's gonna get my heart pumping and all that. I'll be tired, but then I can't fall asleep. You know what I mean by that? It happens sometimes with me, is that when I'm tired, like when I'm tired mentally, but when my heart is still pumping, I can't fall asleep. But I'm tired, and it's another weird phenomenon with me as well. Like I would come home tired and all that. Like I'd be very tired mentally, but because my heart is still, you know, pumping and all that, I still want to stay awake, and I can't fall asleep. You know, it's. Am I locked in here? You gotta be kidding me. I feel like I'm locked in here. I must be locked in here, I don't know. But, yeah, it's such a weird phenomenon though. Like, it's one of the weirdest things that happens to me. It's a very weird phenomenon. Like, some of the things that do happen to me, I do question a lot. But, you know, it just happens, I guess. I don't know. You know, mentally, I just, oh crap, dang it. But yeah, it's just very, very, very weird things that happen. Like, you know, I have them dreams where it feels like, you know, like I remember and all that, you know, I still have these dreams to these days. Like this is another thing I always question is, in my dreams, it's like I can see, like I can dream about something, and next thing you know, like a few weeks later, that something that I dreamed about comes true. It's like I can see the future or something. I look at it more as like a spiritual thing. I don't know if that's because of, you know, like I don't know what it's, you know, why, you know? Like I question that. It's like, why, like how is this coming true when I just dreamed about it? It's very weird stuff that, you know, the human brain can, you know, have. You know, it's one of the weirdest things and all that. You know. And yeah, you know, you have, you know, some of these substances like, you know, CBD. CBD is actually another benefit of it too is that, from what I hear, it opens your mind it's kind of interesting because CBD opens your mind to so many things. Oh, like, it opens your mind to...
Hurry, Hunter! The conduit is closing fast!
Like, it's so weird to think about, you know, I'm being able to see the future and all that, and, you know, me being able to, you know, see things that sometimes ain't really explanatory. You know, I dream about certain things that, you know, are kind of unexplanatory. You know, that seem kind of unearthly. Like, it's so weird. I always question, like, and it's probably too because I am a very creative person in mind. Like, I love writing. I love being such a creative writer. That's why I roleplay a lot with a lot of my friends and all that, because that's what keeps my, you know, that's what keeps it going. Not because, you know, me being able to do role plays and exercising my creative writing skills, it'll be very essential for being a video game designer. Like, that is one crucial thing that would be so, like, that is very important as a video game designer, is that you have to be extremely creative in writing no matter what. Like, it is very essential. Extremely essential. As a video game designer, you gotta be very imaginary and very creative in mind. Because, you know, like, how are you gonna come up with your imagination when, you know, you don't have such a creative, you know, thing in mind, you know? I was just, you know, born creative. You know, I always dreamed of making my own game and being a video game director. Now I want to be a video game designer, which is honestly a little bit more better to be and all that. But as a video game director, you do direct how, you know, like, you do direct everything in the right path as a video game director. So, it's about the same thing as a video game designer and all that. And of course I had to, you know, go through college to get my bachelor. Well, I'm doing online college, so I gotta get my online bachelor's in game design and all that. I had to do that, which will be very fun to do and all that. Which, the reason why I chose to do online is because, one, it's a lot more cheaper and all that, and two, my family can't really afford college at all. Like, none of my family members ever went to college. I had not had one single brother that ever went to college. So, and I just think online is a little bit more flexible as well. That's why I kind of think it's a little bit more better, because it is a little bit more flexible. You know, you can make a very you know, because you might have to work, you might have to do other things, you know. Like, you know, you gotta fit all of them together in a way, you know. And yeah, so, which I'm kind of glad that doing college online was a thing, because honestly, if that was never a thing and all that, I don't know, I probably would not be able to, you know, do college. Then I would have to stick to my one job that I'm already getting ready to do. So yeah, I'm very glad that online college became a thing. As it's so much more cheaper. Like it is extremely cheap. Like it just saves you money, and you have some really good. You actually have a lot of good colleges actually offering online college and all that. College classes, college programs. And video game design is definitely one of them, like online, college programs you can do. That is definitely a big program you can do. Because, of course, it's online mainly. Like, that's one thing about, online, like, video game design. You're mainly going to be on the computer, or you're going to, it's mainly going to be on the computer and stuff, and it's mainly going to be online as well, so, yeah, it's nothing, like really hard to do, really, at home, because you can do it at home, you can do online school, of course. Actually, I have a friend of mine that actually, well, he's no longer coming to our school, and, well, at the school I'm gonna be used to be going to, and all that. He's actually going to, San Antonio, Texas, and all that. He's actually gonna be moving down there in Texas, which is, to me, a shocker. I'm like, really? So, yeah.
This experiment will fail if your efficiency drops further.
Yep. So he's moving down there and he's doing online classes because, oh my god. Yeah, he just can't ever do, like, I hate to say it, but he just can never do, normal school classes. Like, he just can never ever do normal school classes, ever. Like, yeah, I kind of figured that was it. But, yeah.
You are far more exciting and complex than any specimen in my sanctuary.
But, yeah, like, man, he used to cause so much trouble. But yeah, he's moving down in Texas and all that, which, is cool. All that. Which I really don't care, honestly. Because, I don't know, this year really made me think of, like, who's really my friend, and, who, this year really made me think about which friends I'm actually going to keep after high school. And it just makes you think, it's like, like the reason, like, I'm super glad I'm moving from my home school and all that. I'm very glad I'm moving away from, the school, I'm moving away from, well, I'm not actually physically moving, I'm going to technical school and all that, so, I do have to be at my school and all that, but a bus comes and picks me up and, like, picks the kids up and they take them to the career center to, do their classes and programs. So it's, honestly, as I can see it, it's really going to benefit me, especially for my career I'm going to be doing. It's really going to benefit me and all that. And two, it's going to benefit me, especially for, like, it'll mentally benefit me because it'll get me away from, you know, a school that now I just see as, you know, like, I know that, you know, we all, you know, we still keep our, you know, school pride, even after high school, we still keep our school pride and all that. But honestly, I just have no pride in my school. I know that sounds kind of selfish, but, you know, I like school. Don't get me wrong, I like it and all that, you know. I'm definitely gonna love the Career Center, definitely. But it's just that in these past, you know, my freshman and my sophomore year, it really, 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 really showed me that, like, the school that I have pride in and all that, that, you know, I loved and all that, I just no longer can accept that, you know, this is a amazing school. Because the problem with it is that there's just so much negativity. You know, like, there's just so much negativity in the school. There's so much drama going on. Like, I get that it's high school drama. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that. But still, like, it just drove me crazy, you know. Like, it was ridiculous, you know. Like, actually, freshman year wasn't too bad, but sophomore year it just became so much more worse. Like, you know, like, I just don't know. Sorry I missed the last couple of live streams. Oh, don't worry, buddy. It's alright. I was just, you know, kind of rambling on about how happy I am to, you know, that the school year ended and I'm moving to a different school. You know, I'm just discussing that, and why particularly I don't have no more pride in the school I now used to go to. You know, which was my school that I have went to since kindergarten. You know, but now I just am happy that I'm out of there. You know, but yeah, like I was saying, like, you know, I loved the school when I was like in elementary, and well, if you guys don't know, my school, it only had the elementary and then the high school. So the junior high was basically in the same building as the high schoolers and all that. But yeah, like, it was just ridiculous this year. But it really made me look at the school, and I was like, this school really has problems. Like, the teachers, some of the stuff, you know, that has happened. You know, there's this one teacher that's actually the gym teacher and all that. Because my one friend, he has kind of, I don't know, it was kind of stupid enough for him to go into the bathroom and, you know, drool while there is people waiting for one stall. Like, I mean, when the bell rang and all that, and when I went to the bathroom just to wash my hands, oh my god, there'll be 20 people surrounding one freaking stall just to hit the jewel once. And it was, to me, it was like the most stupidest idea. It's like, do you guys oh god, wait. Oh, wait a second, sorry, I get some of these sudden foot cramps, and it is ridiculous. Whew. Sorry about that. I had a foot cramp. But yeah, like, it would be so, like, I just look at these people, I'm like, how stupid are you guys to be doing this? You know, but besides that, basically my friend, who I will not name, who's moving to San Antonio, he had his jewel and all that with him. Well, he had it on him, and someone asked for it and all that. And so, yeah, he was going to go ahead and give the person the jewel. Like, he was actually handling it to them, and the person had their hands on it and all that. And then the gym teacher walks in. Now, this is a crazy part. Gym teacher walks in and tells my friend, I saw you, go to the, like, come with me and all that, you know. My friend goes with him, but the kid that was asking for it, and actually had it in his hands as well, did not get in trouble. And, well, actually, never mind. Wait. I'm trying to remember how my friend explained it. Oh, no. The person had their own jewel out, and they pulled it out as well. Yeah, that's what it was. The person had the jewel on them as well, that, you know, asked about his jewel and all that. Wait. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's right, because the kid did have the jewel on him, and then my friend had his own jewel. So basically they both had their own jewel, but my friend was the only one that actually got in trouble. But that's the thing too. He physically, like, this is the crazy part too. The other kid physically had his jewel out, showing. But the gym teacher only called him out. But clearly the one kid was holding the jewel out. And I watched this all happen too, so I kind of know from eyewitness and all that. But yeah, like, and let me explain to you why. And like, it took me a while to actually figure out who the kid was on. And this was actually a kid from the basketball team. This was a kid from the basketball team. And here's the funny part too. The gym teacher is the coach for the basketball team. So literally, and I guess this is how it really is, because I have a friend that is on the basketball team, and he knows firsthand of how he really acts around, you know, how he really acts around, you know, the basketball team kids and all that. Literally, he lets them jewel. And you heard me right. He lets them. Like, he lets them do it because he don't want them to get kicked off the team. Like, that to me is like, really? So you're gonna, yeah, I know, right? Like, you're really gonna let, you know, you're gonna let kids on your basketball team vape. And first off, nicotine ain't good for you, first off. It's like, to me, it's like, you know, he's basically crediting into a, you know, bad habit. He's crediting them into a bad habit by letting them do a bad habit. So, to me, it's like it really showed me how my school runs. Like, where teachers have favorites and all that. My brothers learned that from first hand as well. Like, literally, that kid did not get suspended because he was on the basketball team. And the gym teacher did not told on him because he did not want him to get kicked off the basketball team, which is some literate off-white bullshit. Like, it... Honestly, when he told me about it, I was like, this really shows, you know, my school. And that's the thing, too. It's not just only him that had a problem like that. What's interesting is that my brothers actually had the same problem, too. My one brother, he was really good at art. Like, he was really, really good. And all that. Like, extremely good. Like, okay, he's a good artist. He, you know, is really good in art class. You know, he did extremely well in art class. But the thing was, is that the art teacher always gave him a C. She did not ever gave him a B or an A. Ever. Like, absolutely, never ever. Like, it was... Like, it was just completely like... How? You know, just how? You know, like... It really ticked me off just thinking about this because I'm like, you know, it really shows what my school really, like, how my school really tells. Not. Because these teachers at this school always love having favorites. And when they have favorites, they'll freaking give them A's, they'll give them B's. You know? But you see, my brother was really good at art, but all he got was a fucking C. And she would deny giving him a A or a B because she had favorites and all that. And so she was like, oh, you know, I'm going to give them A's and B's and A's, you know. It's so fucking ridiculous. And, you know, it's not just them two accounts, but there's others too. There's so many others. I have so many friends that had the same problem this year at the school about these kids. Well, no, these teachers having favorites. Like, they literally had the same problem and all that. My friends literally had the same problem where it was because these teachers had favorites that, you know, they'll just let them pass the class without hardly doing any work. Like, to me, it's just being very pathetic and all that. You know, really the only teacher at my school that I have absolutely respect, like literally absolutely have full respect of, like I just have absolute respect for him, is my English teacher. Like, yeah. Like, he is just, he's probably the coolest teacher at my school. He was the coolest teacher at my school, no matter what. Like, he was just the coolest, because literally I could see that he didn't have no favorites. Now, he had people that, you know, he liked talking to, like I was one of them. He liked talking to me, you know, he loved talking to me and all that, you know, like he loved talking to me. But, you know, he even told me personally that he would never ever favor a kid, like a student, over another student. He would never ever do that. Like, never ever do that. And that's like that, like he was very, very, very straight up about that too. Like, he was on point about that. And I just have so much respect for him. And I still got so much respect for him, you know. He, to me, is the only teacher I will ever fully respect. He is the only ever teacher I will respect at that school. Like he's just awesome. You know, he always talks about, like, you know, when me and him always would have conservations. Oh my goodness gracious. There goes my grammar. When we would always talk, I should just say. When we would always talk and all that. You know, we would always talk about, you know, like, you know, basically, you know, about our favorite video games, because, hell, when he was younger, he was a video game nerd. And all that. Like, he was a video game nerd just like me. And all that, you know? Well, the only thing was that he was, I guess he was extremely chubby when he was very young. And all that. I guess he was extremely chubby. And all that, so, you know, yeah, I guess that's from what he told me. He does suffer from, like he's very open about, you know, his severe anxiety that he was doing. Like, I'm pretty sure he does suffer from the anxiety disorder. Anxiety. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when I talk too much. And I think that's my problem too, is that when I talk too much, I end up miswording some words. So I think that's just the problem. I talk so much, I mispronounce words, which, you know what, who cares, I guess. But yeah, you know, like, he does suffer from anxiety disorder and all that. He definitely suffers from that. He is doing a little bit better about it and all that. You know, he does, like, he does a lot of yoga. Like, that's one thing I noticed too, is that he does a lot of yoga, you know. He does a lot of that stuff because, you know, of course, he likes doing, you know, something very natural to exercise his mind. And, you know, like, of course I was never ever interested in yoga, you know, but I heard that yoga can really help with your mental state and all that. Yeah. He was just a really awesome person. I have so much respect for him. I need to go. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for joining and all that. I will live stream tomorrow and all that. I will definitely live stream tomorrow and all that. So make sure to stop by tomorrow, buddy. But yeah, you have a good night. But yeah. Of course, you know, of course, that's the thing too. All of us have different opinions. You know, we all have different opinions. We should always remember that we all have different opinions. You know, he is anti-marijuana. He definitely is anti-marijuana. He definitely is. But of course, you know, I don't let that get in the way. You know, that's just what he thinks, you know. Like, he don't, you know, he doesn't change my mind on marijuana, you know. You know, even my speech I did about hemp, you know, I'm very open about being a, you know, hemp / medical and recreational marijuana advocate. I'm very open about it in that speech, you know. Of course, I was very nervous about it. I was extremely nervous because I was like, you know, like what are the people going to think about, you know, my opinion. Well, that's the thing too. I was giving away facts. That was the one thing I made sure in my speeches. I was giving facts and all that. Of course, I was doing hemp, so I wasn't doing marijuana. I was thinking about doing marijuana, but too, I saw hemp as a little bit of a, you know, little something a little bit easier to explain. So I was like, yeah, I guess I will do, you know, hemp. And so I did. I did hemp and all that. I definitely did hemp. And people were very... Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm kind of yawning a little bit. But, people were extremely impressed. Because that's the thing, my speech was actually the longest speech in the persuasive speech, thing and all that. Mine was the longest. Mine was actually 13 minutes. There was one speech that was very close to, overdoing mine, which was approximately 7 minutes. That was like the closest to beating mine. It was 7 minutes and all that. But yeah, like, because that's the thing too. I gave facts. You know, I gave facts about, you know, hemp and, you know, its uses, its medical uses, what CBD is. You know, I went into biological detail of what CBD and how CBD, you know, takes effect of the human body and all that. You know, like, I went into great detail, and I used big scientific words as well, like tetrahydrocannabinol. Cannabinol. Was it cannabinol? I'm trying to remember how it's pronounced. Because I call it cannabinoids and all that. Which I think that is another way to say it, is cannabinoids, but cannabinol. Oh, cannabinol! That's what it is, cannabinol. Tetrahydrocannabinol. Ah! I got it! I'm sorry. Because I call it cannabinoids and all that, but it's because it's a D-O-L at the end, it's cannabinol. Cannabinoid. Cannabinoid? Cannabinol? Yeah, cannabinol. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's so... I don't know why it's so much fun to say, but it is. Tetrahydrocannabinol. I love it. But yeah, so I went into detail and used them kind of scientific words. Because, hey, I wanted to get very fancy, and, you know, two, I wanted to give facts. I did not want to give false information. And I was on point. I was very on point about it. Now, of course, because my English teacher was actually the one that gave us the assignment or the project to do, he was a little bit, you know, skeptical about it. He was like, yeah, make sure to, you know, go into great detail about it and all that. And I'm like, hey, no problem. I studied the plant for 2 years. You know, I studied the plant for 2 years. I studied the chemicals for 2 years. So, which most of them 2 years I was studying strains and their different effects on the human body and how, you know, that was kind of my study. Like, my 2 years of studying was majorly that. It was majorly the you know, marijuana strains and all that. That was mainly what my 2 years of studying was, and the different type of effects it gives off. Like, there are some strains that give you a more body high relax, and it settles your brain and all that. You know, you feel very relaxed and, you know, you feel very sleepy, and that's what you would call a indica. And then you have ones where, you know, it gives you that mind, it's like a mind altering, it's more of a mind altering, well, no matter what, marijuana is a mind-altering substance. But basically, this one is more mind-altering because what it does is it energizes you for the day. It's like a cup of coffee and all that. But if you are a person not for coffee, then, you know, sativa would be your, you know, get up coffee and all that of the day and all that. That's what, some people, like, there are some people in this world that just absolutely hate, you know, caffeine. Like, they don't like caffeine because they think it has negative consequences and all that, you know, and a lot of them, you know, go for, you know, using THC oil or, you know, smoke marijuana as a getter-upper, smoke some sativa, you know, which the only problem about smoking sativa in the morning is that if you go to work, you'll be smelling like weed. You'll be going to work smelling like it. It would not be very smart, in my opinion, to smoke some buds before you go to work. Because that's probably not the best thing. Because guess what? You have the smell on you. It's stuck in your hair. It's stuck on your skin. And it's on your breath. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, maybe, you know. Now, of course, the best way to, like, in my opinion, the best way to intake your THC clean and, you know, without the tar and all that, you know, from where you smoke really your bud and all that, is just, you know, THC oil, or what it's called is, it's called cannabis oil and all that. You see, the CBD cartridge I'm getting, it does contain cannabis oil, but it's very different because it's a CBD dominant oil and all that. That's what makes it legal in all 50 states, is it's that specifically and all that. Oh, excuse me. It's a CBD dominant, and that because by law for industrial hemp to be industrial hemp, it has to, you know, contain, you know, not as less than 0.3% THC, which is extremely small, but still, it doesn't, of course it doesn't make it high, period, it does not, and all that. But yeah, because that's the thing too. Even though that you have so much CBD, CBD can combat the psychoactive effects of, you know, THC, which makes it kind of interesting about, you know, CBD is that even though that it is marijuana and all that in the marijuana plant, it is specifically designed to combat, you know, the psychoactive effects, which is, you know, very interesting. Very interesting. Now, come on, die! Okay, we're not dying. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, I always see one like anti-marijuana stuff and all that, and they always talk about, you know, like, oh, how, you know, THC is a toxin, and it's mainly, you know, it's mainly used for, you know, to like protect it from predators and all that. So what you're basically smoking and taking into your brain is, you know, something that can really harm you and all that. But in reality, not necessarily. Now, heavy use, yes. You overdo it and abuse it, yes, it is harmful to your mental and, well, not to your physical health, but to your mental health, definitely. If you abuse it. If you overdo it. But because CBD is present in that marijuana plant, it's different. It, yeah, because that's the thing, because, you know, we have some, you know, we have some natural medicines like sassafras, you know. Sassafras is, you know, like, sassafras leaves are, you know, used to make sassafras oil, which is a medicine for, I forgot what disease, leukemia or something like that. I forgot what it was. But it was some disease that really ravaged the whites when they first arrived in the Americas and all that. But yeah, so, and that was mainly supposed to be that's supposed to be a toxin to smaller animals and all that. So, you know, that's a thing, you know. Like, they only say that to, you know, because, you know, they want to, you know. Like, some of these anti-marijuana stuff I read about, like, half of it, what they talk about is not true. Like, some of the stuff is just not true. I can say as myself of having tried THC for the first time and all that, I can definitely say that some of the effects that they share about are somewhat not true, but I think it's mainly if you take a high dosage of THC. I think that's when you would get like the really bad effects, like, you know, hallucinations and some other stuff, you know, that's not good. Not good for your brain and all that. So, yeah, because I can say that because, you know, I had used THC for the first time before, so I can't, you know, be all for everyone, because in the end, drugs affects our bodies differently. For some of us, we're allergic to, you know, certain substances. You know, some people are allergic to, you know, tobacco, opioids. Like, my grandma was actually allergic to opioids, so she couldn't take oxycodone or, you know, she couldn't take that stuff because she was allergic to opioids and all that, which was kind of interesting. I never ever heard of anyone that was ever allergic to opioids. You know what? But in a way, that's kind of good because kind of, you know, that's the thing. She was allergic to that anyway, so, you know, in a way, it was kind of good because, well, it was back in the 70s, which heroin was not very big back in the 70s. Heroin really didn't got its peak until the 80s and 90s. That's when heroin got its, you know, big uprising, was when it got to the 80s and 90s. So, yeah. But yeah, it's quite interesting and all that. But to kind of, you know, save my grandma from, you know, ever going to opioids and all that. But yeah. So it just depends on the chemistry of our brain. Because everyone, how I look at it is that everyone's chemistry. Yeah, I can just stay right down here. Ha, it's fine now. But yeah, like I said, everyone's chemistry is different. Like, everyone's brain chemistry is different. They're kind of the same way as, like, you know, how we think differently. You know, how we're creative. That to me is called a different chemistry of the brain. Yeah. But it was very, very interesting and all that. And of course, me trying THC for the first time, it really, you know, it really opened my mind to, you know, why people, you know, use marijuana as a medicine and as a spiritual thing, and as well as a recreational, you know, drug or substance. So, yeah, it really made me realize about that stuff, you know? Yeah, it's a very interesting experience and all that. Very interesting experience and all that. But like I said, I'm gonna, you know, like nextly I'm gonna be, you know, well actually tomorrow I'm actually gonna be ordering it. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna be ordering the CBD cartridge I'm getting. And because it is legal in all 50 states and all that, you can order it online. You know, you got big hemp companies out there that are selling these CBD distillate oils, which is actually what you vape. You vape distillate oils and all that. So, yeah. I'll be ordering that tomorrow, and I'll probably expect it to arrive like during the weekend, probably. Like that's just my theory. I think it's gonna come to my house, be delivered to my house on the weekend. I don't know. I might be wrong, I might be right. I don't know. But yeah, so it should be. And two, I'm buying something. Of course, the price of this CBD cartridge, which it's like a, I think it's like a gram of oil, if I remember. Yeah, it's a gram of oil. No, that's what it is. A gram of oil, and it's one cartridge that's pre-filled with it. So it's about, it'll cost me $31.87, which in CBD pricing, that's pretty affordable. Actually, that's, to me, that's pretty affordable and all that. Like it's pretty affordable, really affordable and all that. Definitely, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting a little bit tired. But yeah, it's quite interesting, you know, because of course, for some of you guys that might be expensive. $31 for a gram vaporizer cartridge that has, you know, cannabis oil that, you know, that probably would only last me about a week or two, which really the way I look at it is that it's gonna last me a while. It's gonna last me a while, because that's a thing too. I would only use the vaporizer cartridge when I feel stressed or a lot is going through my mind. And then that's really about when I was, you know, using it, really. So, yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, something. Oh, I'm sorry. I am getting a little tired. Oh my boy.
This experiment will fail if your efficiency drops further.
But too, it depends on which strain I get and all that. And actually, it's very interesting. Hemp oil as well, or CBD oil, period. And I should actually explain the process they do, because this is CBD hemp oil. You aren't getting, you know, you aren't getting like marijuana strains and all that, because there's really no hemp strains at all. There's just hemp. And of course what they could do is they could cross blend, you know, they could crossbreed, you know, a marijuana and a hemp, well, a marijuana strain with the hemp plant, and that's how, you know, they make smokable CBD hemp flowers for medicinal use and all that. So basically what they do, because when they extract CBD oil from the hemp plant, or hemp oil and all that, when they extract that oil, it just tastes like, you know, it's planty. Like, well, it really has no flavor to with it, so it just tastes like oil. That's, I forgot the type of flavor they talk about it has when they extract the oil from CBD oil from hemp and all that. I think they say it just tastes like oil. It's like unflavored and all that. But what they do to actually make it, you know, to actually make it really good and really, you know, really beneficial to your mental health and your physical health and all that, is what they do is they take the terpenes, and of course you might be asking, what are terpenes? Terpenes are the organic molecule of, you know, the best way I can put it is terpenes is the organic molecule of, you know, like a plant, a fruit, a vegetable. It's them little tiny molecules that actually give you smell, the aroma, and the taste of that, you know, thing. Like, of course, if, you know, you take a piece of orange and you smell it, you smell orange. When you taste it, you taste orange. That's called that is what you call the terpenes in that. That's the organic molecules, which it's natural and all that. And so what they do is they take the terpenes naturally from the marijuana plants. Now it depends on what strain now the one I'm getting, the CBD cartridge I'm getting, it contains the terpenes from the Granddaddy Perp strain, which is a marijuana strain that is indica. It's a indica, which means it'll be good to use during nighttime. So when I use it and all that, well, it depends on how much you use. If you take one puff, it relaxes you. Not like a high, but it like relaxes you. And all that. Like you can feel it behind your eyes and feel it on your cheeks and all that, but you feel very relaxed and your mind is very open to the world as well. And all that. When you take a second hit on it, then it helps, then it will definitely start giving you a little bit of a euphoric feel and all that, kind of making you happy and all that. You know, you get happy and all that. You feel, you know, alive again, basically. You know, like you feel good and all that. Not like a body high or anything like that, but you just feel good about yourself. And that's why, you know, indicas, from what I heard, indicas are more better to use if you have anxiety. If you have anxiety and all that, you want to use indicas because that will calm you down. But if you use sativas for your anxiety, yeah, you're gonna feel very energized, and because you're having anxiety and your heart's pumping fast, you might give yourself a heart attack. So that wouldn't be very good and all that. And for depression, you want to use a sativa because, you know, well, that's the thing too. Both are ideal for depression and all that. It's just that, you know, you feel more motivated and energized when you use a sativa one. Or a sativa CBD oil. And all that. But if you use an indica, you do feel happy, but too you're gonna, you know, be tired as well, but not motivated. As where you were to do sativa, you'll feel happy and you're motivated. All that. Not where, because that's why indicas are very, very helpful for people that suffer from insomnia and all that. Which, sometimes I have trouble sleeping, sometimes I don't, and all that. It just depends. If I have trouble sleeping and all that, then, you know, like, because that's the thing. During, like, yeah, during the last few months of the school year, oh my goodness, it was bad though. I would go home, like, I would get home from school and fall asleep for a few hours, and then I would wake up around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the afternoon, at night. So, yeah, and it really doesn't help when, you know, you have school the next day and you can't go back to sleep because you slept your butt off in the afternoon. So I had to stay up all night and then go to sleep at 3 o'clock at night. And that's how it really was, guys. Like, it fucking sucked. No, actually, during that time, I was doing the, you know, I was doing that hemp, thing and all that. And it, at the time, I was actually thinking about getting CBD oil, vaping cartridges. I was actually thinking about it during the time. Because I was like, you know, I am having troubles falling asleep at night because I keep on going to bed freaking too early in the afternoon. So, yeah, it kind of, that's where my idea of using CBD oil kind of came from, was my speech and all that, and actually me doing more extended research on the benefits and all that, and yeah. It really, you know, it really caught my interest of, you know, actually trying out this natural medicine that, you know, really any people, you know, really any age, like, you can really be any age and use CBD. Now, of course, there are restrictions on, you know, there is an age limit on using, you know, CBD oil vaping cartridges, which you do have to be 18, and I am 17, so that still technically counts me as a minor and all that. But that's the thing too, like, you know, that's the thing, like, you know, you hear, because actually you hear about these, like, I used to always remember seeing stuff about it, but a lot of these kids, you know, that would have epilepsy or something like that. Like, there'll be some kids that would have epilepsy episode, like they'll start shaking really bad, like they'll start shaking really, really bad. I don't know if it's called the epilepsy episode or something like that, or it's some type of disorder or something, but it, like, they'll shake really, like, this one kid was shaking really bad. He was 15, by the way, and was shaking really, really bad. And then the mother was recording this, and then the mother, you know, grabbed the CBD oil and she dumped a little bit of that CBD oil under his tongue, because that's actually how you can either just put it on your tongue normally, or you can put it under your tongue. You know, there's two different ways to apply it, or like in your mouth and all that. You could either just put it on your tongue and then just, know, let it sit or swallow it, or you can put it under your tongue. Either way works. And then after 2 minutes, it stopped. He stopped shaking and he was back to normal. And that's the thing too. This only does normally last a day and all that. So you know because that's the thing. This kid suffered from a disorder where, you know, like he would shake constantly all day. Like it was very sad though, but it really showed the power of what CBD can do for you, you know. And it too shows like how really at any age it can be used. As long as it's used for medicinal use, then it's good. Alright, so it's 1:36. Oh my god, it's 1 hour and 36 minutes. Yeah, I better go ahead and end the live stream and all that, so I can go take my shower and enjoy the rest of the night. So I'll go ahead and get off. So thank you all very much for watching. If you like this, like and subscribe for more if you haven't yet. And please share my channel and share my live streams as well throughout the furry community, because I would love to, you know, grow and all that. And actually this upcoming July, after my 3 weeks of work, I'm going to be commissioning a little something that I think you guys would absolutely love to see an unboxing of. I think you guys would really love to see it. And it is something from Lemon Brat, which they're primarily known for their fursuits and all that. But it is a little something from Lemon Brat and all that. It is a little bit expensive, but I estimate by the end of my job I'll have $408. Well, too, that does depend on how much I spend, so I gotta make sure I don't spend so much. So yeah, so just be prepared for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next live stream. Bye.